is we had a read-only web. And so that meant that things could be put on the web that I could read, but to put them on the web, I needed specialized expertise. I usually had to be a coder or have some technical expertise. So we could all see this vast library, global library, but we couldn't really interact with it. Web 2 changed that. So in 2004, 2005, we started to see a read-write web. And that is when things like product reviews came out, so we could comment on products. Social media was born. Facebook was founded in 2004. We could blog. And that led to this. 2006, the Time magazine Person of the Year was you. And there was actually a mirror on the cover. So when you looked at it, you saw, you control the information age. Welcome to your world. But it didn't really turn out like that, did it? What happened is that a few companies used the web, the current web, Web 2, to siphon up so much of the economic power in our world. So as people, users of the web, we're essentially working as digital serfs for a lot of these large companies. We are producing revenue for these companies, and we're not getting compensated for it, really. I mean, we get these free products, but we're not really getting compensated for it. Industries. How many of the industries that you are associated with are pouring money into these organizations to reach your customers? Or maybe you're being disintermediated at the edges of your industry. If you're in healthcare, if you're in financial services, if you're in so many industries, you're getting taken over by what has become super intermediaries. But this is where new technology has come into play, has been created, and makes it possible to evolve the web so that the people who use it can capture and control more of the value that they create. And that technology is blockchain. So this is where we're going to have to do a brief flyover of blockchain, and I promise it will not hurt. So blockchain is just a ledger. Now, we have a long history with ledgers. Ledgers are a way for us to keep track of things. And typically, there's somebody who's in charge and in control of that. And we have to trust that person will do it right. Not only that they won't make mistakes, but they're also not going to use it in a way that's unethical. They're also not going to be swayed. We have to put so much trust in them. Blockchain was created to get around this problem. Does anybody know what this is? Has anyone seen this before? The miners in the room? Yeah. That's right. You are all looking at the first block of data of the very first blockchain. This is the Bitcoin blockchain. So blockchain was created to make Bitcoin possible. Bitcoin's really the first application of blockchain technology. And in it was a message, which you probably are all starting to see. It corresponded to the front page of the Times on the day that this first block was mined. This is 2009, and it's in the wake of the financial crisis, and such disappointment with how these centralized systems have failed us all. Bitcoin, blockchain and Bitcoin was created to basically circumvent intermediaries, to become this permissionless, decentralized ledger that doesn't need to have somebody in charge in the middle. It just manages it by code. So if you fast forward to now, you've got every single industry that is looking at how do we use this technology to disintermediate. And that same blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain, is now enabling strangers around the world to secure and exchange over $400 billion, well, depending on the day, under over $400 billion worth of value. Think about this. There's nobody in charge. There's no organization, there's no person, there's no government. This is done simply by code. This is jet fuel for change. All right, so what does that mean for the web? Well, we have Web 1, Web 2, that's read write. Web 3 allows us to not only read, not only write, but to assert ownership on the web. It is an ownership layer for the web. And that is a source of a lot of change. Let's talk about what that makes possible.